What's up, YouTube? Eric here with Eric J Productions out of Dallas, Texas, and today I'm going to be reviewing this book I just finished. It's called The Greatest Salesman in the World by Mandino. It originally was published in 1968, and it is a fictional story that teaches real-life principles. So I'm not going to give away the story part of it, but I do want to talk briefly about the principles and what stuck out to me. One thing before I jump into this, I know it's titled The Greatest Salesman in the World, so you might think if you're not directly in sales that this isn't going to be for you. I would advise against that and say that no matter what you're doing, be it an engineer or mechanic or an accountant, stay-at-home mom, this book is going to have something in it for you. With that, I'll jump right in. The main character comes across 10 ancient scrolls, and each scroll has a principle on it that he has to learn. The first one is the scroll marked habit. This was one of my favorites, not my most favorite, but probably the second, and so I have a few quotes in there I wanted to share. It says, "The only difference between those who have failed and those who have succeeded is a difference in their habits." It talks about how all adults are slaves to habits, and so you might as well cultivate good habits. And it says the only way you can get rid of a bad habit is by learning a new good habit. He talked about repeating the words of the scroll 3 times a day, and this was important, so I'm going to read it directly. "As I repeat the words daily, they will soon become a part of my active mind, and more important, they will also seep into my other mind, that mysterious source which never sleeps, which creates my dreams and often makes me act in ways I do not comprehend." And what he's getting at there is the subconscious mind. Now, it comes up a lot in goal setting, personal development books, and the gist of it is that you have your conscious mind, what you're used to think, and is the surface level, but your subconscious mind is not necessarily what you focus on. It's always working, it's below the surface, and it pulls you towards what you think about most, which is again why you want to focus on prosperity. You want to think about what you want, and you want to keep your mind off of what you don't want. There's a great book on this called The Law of Attraction I'd recommend. And he didn't really get into the power of the subconscious mind much in this book, but he did sort of touch on it, which makes you think that he understands it and just didn't want to really drill into it with such a short book. Now, I'm not going to spend so much time on each of the other scrolls. I'll just briefly say what they are. Scroll 2 is love. Scroll 3 is persistence. Scroll 4 is entitled I Am Nature's Greatest Miracle. It's about potential. Scroll 5, live each day as if it's your last. Scroll 6, master my emotions. And I think I'm going to read a quote out of Scroll 6 because something really stuck out to me. And the direct quote goes, "Weak is he who permits his thoughts to control his actions. Strong is he who forces his actions to control his thoughts." And so what this is getting at is another principle that keeps coming up in goal setting style of books, and that is that your actions are controlled by your feelings. That's true, but the reverse is also true. Your feelings can be controlled by your actions. So for example, if you're feeling a little lethargic or lazy, if you just act enthusiastic, before long you'll start to feel enthusiastic. To be act. Another way, sort of a cliche way, that has a lot of truth to it, although it has turned into a cliche, is the whole fake it till you make it deal. If you're feeling a little blue and you just smile, before you know it, you'll be feeling good. So, scroll 6 is about mastering your emotions. Scroll 7 is about laughing. Scroll 8 is about value. And scroll 9 is about action. Scroll 9 was my favorite scroll, I can say that unequivocally. It says a few great quotes that I'm going to share. One of them, "Now I know that to conquer fear, I must always act without hesitation, and the flutters in my heart will vanish. Now I know that action reduces the lion of terror to an ant of equanimity." And it keeps repeating the phrase, "I will act now," over and over in the chapter. It says it's better to act and fail than to not act and flounder. It says success will not wait. If I delay, she will become betrothed to another and lost to me forever. So yes, so much of life, it seems, is just about jumping in and getting started and taking massive action towards your goals, and scroll 9 really gets into that, really touches on that. And lastly, scroll 10 is praying for guidance, and he gives us a short, like, salesman's prayer sort of thing. So, to wrap up, what I like about this book is its brevity. I read it in about a week. If you tried, you could probably read it in 2 or 3 hours. How it taught the principles through a story. The story touched on some real life events and woven very nicely with them that, again, I'm not going to give away in case you read the book. But I would recommend this book a 9 out of 10. It's short, easy read with lots of time-honored principles that I'm going to be reviewing over and over again. And I'll put the link in the description. You can get it for about $8 on Amazon. It's worth so much more than that. So yeah, if you have any questions or comments about how this review could have been better, feel free to leave them in the comments. And remember to like and subscribe. Thanks.